Welcome to Lesson 12 of Jesus Calls You Closer, focusing on Old Testament prophecy and Isaiah's commission. We will explore the consequential words, "Here am I, send me," found in Isaiah chapter 6 verses 8 to 10. This video will explore the historical and spiritual context of Isaiah's commission and how it speaks to disciples today. Isaiah, a significant prophet in Jewish and Christian traditions, prophesied around 742 BCE. His call coincided with the threat of the Assyrian Empire, warning a godless people of impending judgment. Isaiah's ministry spans a pivotal time in Israel's history, marked by both royal power and increasing spiritual decline. Isaiah chapter 6 details four key moments of his commission: the death of King Uzziah, Isaiah realizing his undone state, the seraphim filling the temple with God's glory, and the cleansing with the live coal. The death of King Uzziah marks a political crisis, but Isaiah's focus is on the true king, high and lifted up. In the year King Uzziah died, Isaiah saw the Lord seated on a throne, high and exalted. His robe filled the temple, and seraphim with 6 wings stood above him. Isaiah witnessed the awesome and glorious sight of the Lord's presence in the temple. The seraphim called out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of armies. The whole earth is full of his glory." Seeing God's glory must precede rightly answering his call. The divine vision of God's holiness impacted Isaiah deeply, preparing him for the cleansing and the mission ahead. At the voice of the seraphim, the foundations of the thresholds trembled, and the temple filled with smoke. The physical manifestations of God's presence conveyed his immense power and holiness. Isaiah cried, "Woe to me, for I am ruined, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips, for my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of armies." Cleansing by fire equips the one God calls. Isaiah's recognition of his sinfulness before God's holiness was the necessary precursor to his bold proclamation. Then, one of the seraphim flew to Isaiah with a burning coal, taken from the altar with tongs. The seraphim touched Isaiah's mouth with the coal, stating, "Behold, this has touched your lips, and your guilt is taken away, and atonement is made for your sin." This act of cleansing purified Isaiah, making him fit for God's service. Cleansing precedes commission. Following the cleansing, Isaiah heard the voice of the Lord. "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" God extends an invitation, not a command. Isaiah's immediate and unconditional response was, "Here am I, send me." Isaiah's unconditional availability is a model for discipleship. He answered before knowing the assignment. The Lord then told Isaiah the difficult nature of his mission. "Go and tell this people. Keep on listening but do not understand, and keep on looking but do not gain knowledge." Isaiah's faithful witness was to a hard-hearted people. The call does not guarantee success, only faithfulness. The message was meant to make their hearts insensitive, ears dull and eyes blind, preventing them from turning back to God and being healed. This difficult task involved hardening the people's hearts due to their long-standing resistance to God's warnings. Isaiah asked, "Lord, how long?" The Lord answered, "Until cities are devastated and without inhabitant, houses are without people, and the land is utterly desolate." The desolation would be complete, signaling the extent of God's judgment and the people's disobedience. The Lord would completely remove people, leaving many forsaken places in the land. Despite the destruction, there would still be a remnant, a holy seed, its stump remaining, promising future restoration. The promise of the holy seed offered hope amidst Isaiah's commission provides a 3-part model for discipleship. See God's glory, be cleansed, and say, "Here am I." Sometimes, the evangelist is sent to hard-hearted people. Success lies in going and telling, not necessarily in popular reception of the message. Our temptation is to feel it wasn't worth saying if people don't respond. God's measure of success is faithfulness in going and telling. Results belong to the Lord. Reflect on question 1. Isaiah said, "Send me," before knowing his destination. Do we place conditions on our willingness to evangelize? Question 2. How do we handle the suffering of being ignored or misunderstood by those we are trying to reach with the gospel? Question 3. What does "Here am I" look like practically in your daily life this week? For kingdom activation, focus on no conditions, just availability. Dedicate your morning prayer this week to saying, "Here am I, send me," without adding conditions.